Hello everybody, we are the Legion of Boom and you are listening to another episode of LOBcast Wrestling, the bi-weekly podcast where we literally hit record and make it up as we go along. I'm the voice of reason, Dave Stevens, and as usual I am joined by my heterosexual tag team partner, the man of the hour, the Tower of Power, Mr. Lee Hazel.
I wish you warned me about that before you did that. Yes, and I'm the one who knows the difference between fortnightly and bi-weekly.
Was it bi-weekly? Did I say fortnightly? Or
No, you said bi-weekly. Bi-weekly is twice a week. Fortnightly is once every 2 weeks.
I'm an idiot. Well, I mean, that's, considering the pub quiz last night, I think we already discovered I'm a bit of an idiot, apparently. So...
Yeah, I mean, I will say, yesterday you did say it was bi-weekly, and I was thinking to myself, if he says that on the podcast, that is going to be the first thing that I say to him.
Oh, okay.
As soon as he said, you set up the trap, and I'm Admiral Akbar.
Well, see, the thing is, because it's unedited and unscripted, I can't.
Nope.
We can't cut that out.
Nope, exactly. No, there are no cuts to this thing, unless one of us says something particularly egregious. Which I think after last time you heard the limits of how egregious we can get, and you're not going to be really hearing any cuts.
Well, to be honest, it could get worse, but
it could get worse.
Behaved, to be fair.
Yeah, well, let's hope we keep it that way because I do not want the police coming to my door. Oh, is this why you want this recorded at my house rather than yours?
Yeah, so Starmer can't send his goons round to get me. Should we talk about wrestling?
Yeah, let's do that quickly before we get ourselves into trouble.
Yeah, before we go off on tangents and talk about things with non-wrestling related, apparently.
Yeah, like
before
American
you
football.
Yeah, before you trigger me again, Lee.
Get you talking about... No, I'm not even going to say that word again because that was the thing that set you off the last time. Just the very semantics of the word football in an American context.
Well, let's get on to wrestling. I mean, normally I would ask you what you've watched, but I think I'm smart enough to know now that you probably haven't watched much apart from the aforementioned shows.
Yeah.
Did you watch anything apart from Vengeance Day and Grand Slam?
I watched a few bits and pieces on Raw, a few bits and pieces on NXT, and a little of Dynamite. Not much, but I've got to say, I think we've got so much to talk about on the 2 shows that have just gone and the 2 shows that are coming up.
Yeah.
I don't really think we're going to be spending much time talking about the ramblings of The Rock and Cody Rhodes on last Saturday night.
Well, let's keep it positive. In 5 seconds, was there anything that impressed you on the other shows that you've watched? Was there anything that impressed?
This morning I did watch the Penta, Pete Dunne, and I can't even remember the name of the guy. Kaiser 3-way, and I thought that was rather nice. It was much better than the Pete Dunne and Penta match that they had before, where I was just thinking to myself, God, what would this be like if these two were wrestling on Dynamite?
Well, for myself, I was impressed with. We had some Tony Storm shenanigans. Harley Cameron's been great again on the AEW side, and Jordan Grace appeared on NXT one of the 2 weeks. I can't remember. There's so much wrestling I've watched. She appeared on the weekly show. Yeah.
We have got to start making notes because it is just blur. Like 2 weeks worth of wrestling is blurring into one.
Well, I don't know how it blurs into one for you because you don't watch anything. Maybe I should make some notes.
You made me choke on my beer there.
Yeah. Maybe I should make some notes.
I should be alright now. I have got,
Yeah, to be fair, a lot of it did fuzz together. There was some nice stuff. There was the odd bit, but I mean, to be honest, the main thing that we want to talk about is the double-header weekend of Vengeance Day, NXT Vengeance Day, and AEW
Grand Slam Australia.
Because, to be honest, what a great weekend of wrestling that was.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And I'll be honest, very, very, very surprised as to which of those shows I liked more, I've got to say. Well,
I mean, I watched Vengeance Day first. Enjoyed pretty much... Well, yeah, I pretty enjoyed everything. The strap match was a bit weak for me, but everything, I enjoyed everything on it. And I thought, well, how is an episode of Collision going to top this? And then we had a pay-per-view quality episode of TV, and it was fantastic. Yeah. So
I will say... Even though I would probably classify myself as way more of a AEW guy than I am an NXT guy, I think I might have actually enjoyed Vengeance Day more.
Well, to be honest, I'm slowly being more of an NXT guy. I've been blabbering the last couple of episodes about NXT, and I think it's great. So should we go into Vengeance Day then?
Yeah.
We'll have a whiz through Vengeance Day.
Absolutely, because I think the starting match that we're going to go off with, Stephanie Vaquer defeats Fallon Henley for the NXT Women's North American Championship. I'm going to say it straight away. Match of the weekend for me.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
absolutely
She's
fantastic.
Stephanie Vaquer is always brilliant.
Yep, Stephanie Vaquer, I think, may be the best women's wrestler in the world right now.
Possibly.
And I don't watch a lot of Joshi stuff. I don't watch a lot of the Japanese
especially
women's.
On the North American side, we're talking
on
about,
the North American side, yeah, absolutely, yeah. We don't. I certainly don't profess to be.
Fallon Henley held her own. She was good.
Yeah.
I mean, until this match, I'd only seen her a couple of times on NXT, and all I knew from her was the stuff I watched on AEW Dark with her for years back.
Oh, absolutely, and I'll be fair. I'll be completely honest. I wasn't even sure who Fallon Henley was when we first started watching.
I can't remember what her name was back on like the Indies and stuff.
No, absolutely not.
But they were great. Yeah, possibly. Yeah, match of the week. One of the matches of the weekend.
Yeah.
Especially on this show, I think it was the best match on this show.
Yeah, I will say definitely more enthused for that one than the other.
What, than the main?
Yeah, than the main.
I'll get to the main, because I have some thoughts to the main, because I was really looking forward to the main. I enjoyed the main. I enjoyed the main. Well, should we talk about the main? Or do you want to go through the matches one by one?
We'll tell you what. We've said now, Stephanie Vaquer, Fallon Henley, easily for me. Well, not easily, but like...
I think it was the best match on this show.
Yeah, it was the best match on this show, absolutely, yeah.
But not to say that the rest of the matches didn't... They didn't disappoint.
Yeah.
But so next we had Fraxium.
Yes, Fraxium.
And they beat who is it?
Josh Briggs and Yoshiki.
Right, now, I've never seen Josh Briggs or Yoshi Inamura before.
I have heard of Josh Briggs. He's got a reputation.
I really like them. And Fraxia, I mean, that Nathan Frazier, the only time I've seen him before, he was on an episode of AEW Dark years ago as Ben, I think his name was Ben Carter.
Yeah, something like that.
And he really impressed me, and I was like, why did you not sign him? And I think he signed with NXT UK at the time.
Yeah. But this was,
this was great as well.
Yeah. I actually have something to say. So I'm going to compare this match to another match that happened that same day. One that happened on Grand Slam. The Carl Fletcher...
Kenny Omega match.
Yeah, the Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay match. And I genuinely thought, watching this, that this was going to be my tag team match of the week.
And then it was topped.
Kind of. So, right, this match goes for 10 minutes. The Grand Slam match goes on for over 20. Now, this match, all killer, no filler. The Grand Slam match, I thought, kind of started off a bit slowly. The chemistry between the four competitors actually kind of a bit spotty, a little bit botchy here and there. But
then
when
I find that a lot with Takeshita's stuff. Sometimes I find his stuff a bit spotty, to be fair.
Yeah. Oh, when I say spotty, what I mean is a bit hit and miss.
Oh, okay.
Rather than, just like, spot monkey stuff. But yeah, so...
Well, I enjoyed this one, but I think I liked the Kenny mate more. But probably because I'm more invested in what's going
story,
on. Yeah. Which, to be fair, it makes all the difference. Yeah. It really does. But yeah, this was good. This was a great tag.
Absolutely. 10 minutes of just absolute wall-to-wall
all of them were good. I mean, Inamura, I thought he was really good, because I saw him on an NXT episode when doing that frog splash that he does. It looks awesome.
Absolutely.
Very good.
Yeah, it was just so silky smooth, this match, and there wasn't a single moment where the action went down. I don't think there was a rest hold in any of the 10 minutes.
It was good.
Absolutely fantastic. Moving on to Eddie Thorpe defeating Trick Williams.
Yeah.
I have got to say, the video package before this...
I whizzed through that faff.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh.
I whizzed through the faff.
I know you like a video package. This one was fire, and literally fire did feature quite prominently, which is why the fact that the match itself was actually fairly tame and a bit boring, so much more disappointing.
This was the worst match of the weekend.
Was it the worst match of the weekend?
I didn't like this one at all. It was, you know what? It was okay. To be honest, it didn't bring the show down. It was good enough. It's just that in recent years I've seen much better strap matches. So there was nothing that impressed. I mean, for a start, the straps were just hanging over their wrists. They weren't even tied to them. I thought, what is this nonsense? But so it kind of got down. I might have enjoyed it more if I watched the hype package before, but to be honest, I mean, as you could tell, after the Royal Rumble, I did not watch this live. I watched it the next morning because I was afraid of 20 minutes of faff in between.
Yeah.
So I literally just fast-forwarded all the nonsense between. So I didn't watch it. And to be honest, I didn't watch the... I should have really watched the hype package for this because I didn't really know about the story. Whereas a lot of the other ones, I've seen a bit of the build-up in the last few weeks.
Yeah, so they actually go through a lot of what's happened in previous weeks. The sort of stuff that I've missed.
Yeah, whereas I've missed... Whereas I don't think... this story's been featured much on TV the last few weeks since I started watching.
Oh, absolutely. But that's the thing. The opening, like the package, the video package to introduce you to the story of this, absolutely tremendous. But it breathed fire. And the match itself could not match the level of violence that either guy was promising.
Okay, fair enough.
Because after all, let's face it, it's CW.
To be honest, I haven't really been... impressed with that Eddie Thorpe the couple of times I've seen him anyway.
I know a lot of people say that he's a bit of a promo guy and not much of a match guy.
I haven't seen promo. Well, should we go on to the next one? Ethan Page versus
I'll be perfectly honest with you here.
I like this.
I do not remember much of it at all.
I like this. It was good. To be honest, I've never seen Javon Evans wrestle, and he impressed me because he really stood out to me. Some of the stuff he was doing, it just looked different. And it was really good. And to be honest, Ethan Page is always good. I mean, it was just a good singles match. I mean, there wasn't like, you don't remember much about him. It wasn't standout. No, it was just good. Yeah, it was just good. I enjoyed it, and I always enjoy Ethan Page. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Javon Evans again.
Absolutely, yeah.
But then we're going on to the men's World Championship match: Obafemi, Austin Theory, and Grayson Waller.
I'll be honest, I think that this card, it kind of... I think it's a bit top-heavy. Not top-heavy, it's a bit bottom-heavy. I feel like I enjoyed so much of the stuff that it started out with, that as it kind of petered along, it really lost steam for me. So this Obafemi, Austin Theory, Grayson Waller thing, I think I might have enjoyed it a bit more if Obafemi... Like, for example, Eddie Thorpe and Trick Williams recently both of them fought Obafemi, and I would really like to see both of them have a go at it.
Well, you know what, actually thinking about it, because I literally watched Vengeance Day, and I watched Grand Slam straight after. So I watched like the 5-hour block in one go. So to me, these matches at the end would have been like the mid-card of my days watching. It felt like that, and I was enjoying it. I was enjoying my wrestling. I really enjoyed... I'd never seen Austin Theory or Grayson Waller wrestle. I really enjoyed it. I thought they were going to be to be honest, because I've liked what I've seen from Obafemi, and leading into this, I was thinking, this is going to be a bit rubbish. But I really enjoyed this match. It was quite fun. It was good. It was just fun.
I thought it was pretty good. Yeah, no, I definitely enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I think probably more than the previous two.
Yeah,
but yeah, no, just like because like the previous matches that Obafemi have had is with Eddie Thorpe and Trick Williams, and once again, the video packages made those matches and made Obafemi's previous matches seem a bit more exciting. And I would like to have seen that. Like, I think this is, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this might be Obafemi's first defense of the championship.
No, I think he did one on TV.
Oh, okay.
I think he did one. This is the first PLE.
Yeah, one. And I feel like that should have been a bit more important with a few more...
Yeah, but I mean, to be fair, we have to remember this is NXT, so it's supposed to be a developmental. So you're putting the guy in with some main roster guys' experience. To be honest, I mean, yeah, it's top end. I think the thing is, with Stephanie Vaquer's match was so good, and the rest of it was good. I mean, there's nothing really stand out. The rest of it was just good, solid matches all the way through.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
With just a bit of a lull with that strap match.
Yeah, which, it kind of baffles me that you're going to do a strap match, you're going to promise that kind of violence, but you can't really promise that kind of violence if you're on the CW. It's the most restrictive platform that any of WWE's programming is being mainly broadcast on right now. And so, yeah, just you can't get that level that you would really want to.
Well, should we go into the main event then?
Yeah, which on any other...
Well, Fatal 4-Way... Julia, Bailey, Roxanne Perez, and Cora Jade.
Yeah, so we were talking about the Obafemi thing, and I was saying that, for, a defence on a pay-per-view, his first defence on a pay-per-view, you could have, given him someone a bit bigger to have his defence against, because this match is stacked. Absolutely.
To be honest, a little bit to its detriment, in my opinion. Because, as of recording the last show, it was a triple threat match.
Oh, okay.
Because Cora Jade wasn't supposed to be in it. She got added after our last podcast.
Oh, really? Okay.
So, to be honest, I was really looking forward to the triple threat match. And then, I'm not knocking Cora, but they added this one in, and basically, because it became fatal, it became a different match to what I was looking forward to watching.
Right.
This was still good, but I was expecting like a good action-packed technical triple threat match, whereas when you got the fourth person in, it just became chaos.
Yeah.
And I'm not knocking it because it was very good chaos, but it was not what I was looking forward to. Yeah. If you know what I mean. I thoroughly enjoyed this match though. It was all four of them girls were excellent.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. But it just, I feel like it does, it's hurt by the comparison to the Stephanie Valcour match. It really is.
Yeah.
Like, because right now, I would actually probably say, I reckon her and Julia could probably swap places in their place on the card.
You could do.
I definitely think that if there's anybody that you can justify bringing into a promotion and strapping them up immediately, I think it's Stephanie Valcour. Yeah. But don't get me wrong, Julia, Bayley, Perez, Jade, absolutely fantastic. And
yeah, but I think Julia was another big signing that I think AEW were going in for and stuff as well. Or did he even bother going for it? I don't know. He should have gone for it if he did.
I don't think he really bothered going for Julia because she seemed all in with that what's his name? Rossi guy? Was that his name? The guy who basically he was running Stardom for a bit.
Oh yeah.
And then he apparently was
then he screwed over New Japan and stuff.
Yeah. Like he started Marigold, a new promotion specifically as a feeder league for WWE's NXT.
But I mean, this was a great match. But I would really like to see some one-on-ones again with these girls and stuff because they could do it and it was great.
Absolutely.
And adding Cora Jade was, because I mean, I thought, why are they adding this? Because obviously the story leading into this has been the other three.
Yeah.
But Cora Jade was very good as well. Very good.
Yeah, no, I have huge respect for all of these wrestlers.
Yeah, it was a very good match. Yeah, it's just that when it's after it was like, I remember watching it, really enjoying it, but it's not what I was
expecting or
looking forward going in prior to, because obviously it was literally the Wednesday before they added
like
Cora
three people you can have a wrestling match,
yes,
but as soon as you add that fourth person,
it becomes
25% more people.
It becomes like GWP madness and stuff like that, doesn't it?
Absolutely,
which I'm all for. It's just not what I was looking for. I was really looking forward to this, looking forward to the three girls go at it. But yeah, I enjoyed it. It was still good.
And, Guerrilla Pro Wrestling in NXT, it's nice. It probably shouldn't be the main event either. Yeah,
I think that's the thing. I think we main evented. I was looking forward to main event with some really nice wrestling.
Yeah.
And I got like an AEW style madness.
Like an AEW style madness.
Which NXT done very well. Yes, so I can't complain. Very good.
Speaking
and it
of
didn't
NXT,
feel like going on for 20 minutes either, so it was very good.
I know, that didn't. I will say I'm looking at the timestamp right now, and
so should we go on? Should we go on to Grand
Slam?
Oh,
now you want me to do the
go on to Grand Slam?
All right.
Since I watched it all in one go, we'll just whiz in.
We'll whiz in straight in.
Well, we already spoke a little bit about Kenny Omega.
Yeah, which, like I said before, goes way goes for double the amount of time that the previous tag team about that we were talking about did, and I felt that it was a lot slower in the beginning and a little bit hit and miss in the beginning, but by the end massively picked up. I especially liked the little tandem Terminator dive to the outside that they did, where they were doing the dun 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 dun.
Yeah, very good. It was good. It was nice to see Kenny Omega wrestle again.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, he looked a bit slow, and stuff. But is that character work where he's coming back from an injury, or is he having to change his style because of the surgeries and stuff?
Is it just the fact that he, like everybody else of his generation, is starting to get a little bit older?
Yeah. Regardless, he's still one of the best in the world, and it was brilliant.
Oh,
it was a very good match. So we'll go on to the next match.
Yeah, Mercedes Moné, Harley Cameron, TBS Championship.
This was great. This was a very pleasant surprise.
Oh, absolutely.
Very pleasant. Harley Cameron is starting to warm on me, to be fair. She really is.
She's got that Mick Foley factor to her.
Yeah,
when you see her...
I don't know if my wife is still on the hate train. But she's really... I'm still... You know, it's because she's done some really good promos recently. And she hasn't been doing the annoying, high-pitched screaminess. Yeah. And when she does she's done a couple of serious bits and it's been really good.
Yeah. Well, she has to, tone down the shtick a bit because if she is going to be featured every week... You can't go full on out balls to the wall every single time.
This was better than Mercedes Moné versus Britt Baker by a long shot.
Oh, yeah. So Mercedes Moné versus Britt Baker is one of the most disappointing matches I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, that's the most disappointing. Yeah, it was crap.
Yeah.
It was wankly.
Yeah, it was wank,
That's what it was. Wank.
You just realised, listening to this podcast, that you say the word wank all the time. It's something that I've known for years.
Do I really say it?
Yeah, you say it a lot.
Do I say it more than dude? Because I don't feel like I've said dude hardly enough.
I don't think you say dude an awful lot. But when you say dude, you say it with intentionality. When you say wank, you don't really realise that you're saying it. So you say it a lot more often.
That's true. Nice one, dude. But yeah, this was good. I liked it. It was a pleasant surprise. I'm not going to say anything negative about this, and I hope to see Harley Cameron do more of this stuff.
Oh, absolutely. Brilliant. And I think...
And this made Mercedes Moné look good.
Oh, absolutely.
This made Mercedes Moné look a lot better than she has been, because I was starting to get a bit bored, and this was great.
Oh, yeah. So Harley Cameron, for me, is the perfect foil for a Mercedes Moné, because she's so sympathetic, and when you see her, you want her to do well.
Yeah.
And you don't necessarily have the same feelings for Mercedes Moné, especially not right now.
No.
But
It was nice to see Mercedes Moné be Mercedes Moné, and Harley Cameron, putting in a great showing in this. Great.
Yeah. Although I will say, I think Mercedes Moné got a little bit upstaged by Mini Moné.
Maybe. It's great. It's good stuff, though.
Oh, absolutely.
Should we go on to Death Riders?
Death Riders
versus Cope.
Cope.
No, he's Edge. Just stop. Just call him Adam Copeland. Why are you calling him Cope? I'm getting angry now. Cope and Jay White.
You can get angry. This is a banter cast, mate. You can.
Yeah, I don't want to be too negative. I don't want to call everything wank, because I enjoyed all of this rest. I enjoyed the Death Riders. I enjoyed this. This was good. Oh
yeah, that's the thing. When it comes to the Death Riders storyline, the moment-to-moment storytelling and the things that are happening week to week, they have been one of the weakest elements of the show.
Yeah.
But these guys get together in a ring, and you're not going to be disappointed by what they produce.
The last few bits of the Death Riders has been a little bit better because it's not been the same old shit.
Right.
We've had a few different. We've had the Death Riders getting run off by Cope and stuff, and it's been a bit because you've had a little bit of change.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You know. Which I think should have happened a lot sooner, like them being run off by the odd guy, and then But this was good.
Yeah,
I can't really remember too much about what actually happened, though.
It was one of those plunder matches. That kind of everything dragged into one, which is another reason why I think we should start doing notes. But do you think?
Well, if we decide doing notes, we'd be going half out. Look, we've already done 20 minutes, and we're only halfway through.
Yeah, we're only halfway through the second show that we're talking about.
Well, the Death Riders haven't earned enough time, so let's go on to the next one.
I was just going to ask, do you think that Cope is going to beat Moxley at Revolution? Because of the result here, where Cope and Jay White, Jay White being... Is he Australian or is he New Zealand?
He's a Kiwi.
Yeah, he's a Kiwi, right, yeah.
But so I'm going to say, I don't think... I'm going to say with all my heart, I hope he does.
Yeah.
I hope he does. My wrestling brain says I don't think so. I think they're going to... This Death Riders is going to go for a lot longer.
I think they should have scrapped the whole Death Riders thing the second that Darby Allin decided that actually he was going to try and climb a mountain. People keep throwing around the idea that he's only got something like 40% chance of surviving. I don't think that's quite true.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
He should be alright. But yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Okada, Buddy Matthews. Yeah.
Really enjoyed Buddy Matthews in this match.
Yeah. It was nice to see a good showing. To be honest, I've always enjoyed Buddy Matthews.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad that whole the House of Black thing is a bit over, because
you were never a Aleister Black fan.
No, he was the worst bloke in his own group.
Yeah.
Honestly, he sucked. He didn't do anything for I didn't rate him at all.
Oh,
to be fair, if he would have had some singles matches, I might have liked him a bit more. To be fair, but
yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, I think that for iconic moments throughout the history of AEW and throughout the history of House of Black, both Julia Hart and Brody King have him absolutely smacked.
Oh yeah. So I'm glad Buddy got this showing. And apparently he rolled his ankle getting in the ring as well.
Yeah.
So
he blamed that on the ring. Oh, do we want to talk about the ring size?
Oh,
do we want to talk about how small the ring was?
We've only got two more matches, so then we can whinge about the ring after. But yeah, to be honest, this was good. This was good fun. Okada is always good, and to be honest, there's a lot of people giving Okada shit because it seems apparently he's phoning it in now. But I really enjoy his character in AEW. I think he fits the roster perfectly where he is.
Absolutely, his character week to week, like him doing his shtick. That's all I need from Kazuchika Okada at the minute, because he's not going to do the things that we admire him for every week on weekly TV.
And if he is going to do that, then he needs to be the champion to do that.
Absolutely,
he needs to be the top guy to do that.
Exactly,
he's fitting in perfect at doing what he was. Oh, he's funny.
Yeah, and think about it. The kinds of matches that we think about when we think about Kazuchika Okada, they're like the big tentpole, has 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 of those kinds of things a year. He's not doing them on random Wednesday nights.
No. This was good. This was fun. Another good match. And then we get to the main event.
Which, for me, match of the night.
Yeah.
What an absolute barn burner these two had. Do you know what? Is Stephanie Vaquer my match of the weekend?
Yeah, Stephanie Vaquer's... it's just a shame she didn't sign with AEW because we could have watched Toni Storm versus Vaquer. But
I know, yeah. What an absolute classic that would have been.
But this was awesome.
This was fantastic.
This was brilliant.
It ended for me about 3 or 4 different times, and every single time that we went through another ending, I was like even more hyped to see actually how that this would resolve.
No, this was good. This was a good match. Just two great wrestlers.
Oh yeah, when the small package that actually ended the match, I was almost hugging the screen.
That's how rookie Toni Storm won all her matches.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
it was so good, so good. Great storytelling. Great wrestling.
Yeah. I was literally like, pantomiming, holding down Mariah May's legs as I was watching the 3 count happen.
You saying like Stephanie Vaquer is probably the top women's wrestler at the moment. I'd argue, especially character-wise, Toni Storm.
Oh, character-wise, she is blown. Character-wise, I think Toni Storm may be the best character in all of wrestling right now.
Yeah, she is brilliant. She is so good. This was... I mean, and as I say, I watched this straight after Vengeance Day, and I thought, well, it's all downhill from here once I watch Vengeance Day.
Yeah,
and look at these matches; they were all good matches, pay-per-view, and the crowd. The crowd helped so much.
Oh, hugely. However, I've got to say, I watched it. I watched a little bit of this live, and they fixed it in post. But if you were watching live, it sounded like they had the mics 50 miles away from where the crowd was.
Oh, okay.
The crowd was so silent. It's probably one of the reasons why I enjoyed the tag match on Vengeance Day a little bit more, at least at the beginning, than I did the one that happened at Grand Slam. Just simply because of the fact that the crowd in Vengeance Day sounded huge and they sounded right there.
Yeah.
Grand Slam Australia, it sounded quite distant.
Well, the crowd, to me, it was nice to see an AEW crowd of that size.
Oh, absolutely,
This was classic AEW. This is AEW at their best. This is brilliant.
I think they should have held their nerve and see if they could actually fill out that arena.
Maybe.
Because it was supposed to be... Sorry, not an arena, a stadium.
It was supposed to be a stadium. Yeah. To be honest... They may have done the right call because this crowd was brilliant.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And let's face it, wall-to-wall people with a roof above their heads is always going to sound so much better because, we've been to Wembley twice and people can start a chant at one end of Wembley and it doesn't reach us until about 5 minutes later.
Yeah, you can hear, when you're sitting there, you can hear a chant, you're chanting, and then we watch the pay-per-view back. Yeah. And you're like, oh, where's that chant that sounded like it was half the stadium? Because,
absolutely. And, actually listening to the TV broadcast, I was like, wait a minute, I don't remember hearing that when Swerve did this, and that sort of thing. So, yeah.
I think we made a mistake of only bringing like one beer up, Lee.
I know. Well, I've got 2 more in the fridge. We can always press pause. I'm not editing anything, but I can press pause.
You can do. Pause there just to get some more beer. So
just to get a little bit more beer, yeah.
Well, we made a mistake because the last couple of times we've had beer at the ready, so
yeah.
We won't...
And also we had big cans of the stuff, whereas this time around I brought like little bottles. So, yeah.
Well, we won't make that mistake because we shouldn't really be there was no edits. I'm gonna reiterate that.
I'm keeping all this in.
I can't see.
We ain't editing out this either.
It's proof. It's proof. We didn't edit nothing. We just paused, got beer, and carried on.
That is the promise that we make to you. This is a wrestling podcast without a script and without a net.
Oh, it's nice having that beer. Right. Yeah, get more beer next time. We'll get some fancier beer in as well.
Absolutely.
We'll bring to you the. We'll.
The plan for next time is to start bringing in some weird
beers and then going, that's nice before we, and then start talking about wrestling. We won't review the beer. We'll just have a sip and go, that's nice, and that's probably about it.
You'll never have a clue what we're drinking.
What it is. No, we'll tell them what we're drinking, but we'll just go, and that's it. Or unless it's a craft thing, and then you'll go, and I'll go, that was a noise that I'd rather edit at, but we're not going to. Right, should we? Well. We are a few days out from the Elimination Chamber.
Yep.
Which, to be honest, we've got some views on that. But before we next record, we're also going to have Revolution, which is always a good pay-per-view for AEW. So should we have a quick chat about Revolution and then get into the... Because obviously, Elimination Chamber will probably lead into rambling about WrestleMania. So
yeah, absolutely.
We'll have a quick chat about Revolution because there has been some matches announced. So we got... Well, I think we've got what we've got. What's going to excite you most about coming up Revolution? I mean, we've briefly spoke about Moxley and Cope. I'm assuming that's going to be a decent match. I'm pretty sure they're just going to keep the belt on Moxley, though. So I might get disappointed with that.
Yeah, I think, because actually one thing that I think we should actually say to people here is that it's a rather surprising lineup because for the first time, I think, in AEW's history, the lineup looks to be being headlined by a women's match.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've just got a list of the matches, but I don't know if that's the order that they'll go in, though.
They usually try and put it in that order, like if they're gonna guess as to what the the main event.
To be honest, I would say Toni Storm and Mariah May will be, if that's going to be the match.
Yeah, absolutely.
That should be the main because it's the hottest match on the card.
I definitely think if Jon Moxley versus Adam Copeland. I'm not calling him Cope. It just don't sound right coming
just
out
call
of
him
his
Edge.
mouth. Just call him Edge.
We're beholden to copyright.
That is a point, actually. We are not here to to hold up WWE's insane copyrights.
Unless he appeared on Velocity. Do you remember the show Velocity? It
was
like SmackDown's Heat.
Yeah.
Velocity. On the video game, there would be a big V and then the title card. So when Edge came out, it would just say Veg. Which Foodie man, shout out to my mate Foodie, he pointed that to me and it always made me laugh. Veg. So, but yeah, I don't really want to go into Moxley Cope because I think it's probably going to be an half decent match.
Yeah,
it'll probably have like a screwy finish though. I can see.
I mean, if it does go on last, that does support my notion that they might be trying to put it on Edge because who's got that briefcase that he's running around with? It's Christian. So Christian might quote unquote do his cash in. Yeah,
maybe. Yeah, that could be. That would be a good shout because it would be quite good to have Christian cash in. What if Edge wins?
Yeah.
And then Christian does what he done when Edge won the TNT title.
That would actually be really good.
That would be quite good. To be honest, I'll be happy as long as Jon Moxley ain't the champion.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like, yeah.
So, I mean, we've got that. Toni Storm is probably going to main event with Mariah May.
Yeah.
I'm expecting that to be just as good as what we... I will watch that match over and over again.
Fair. I was expecting there to be a little bit of colour in the Grand Slam match.
It was a TV
and there
match,
wasn't. It was a TV match.
There will be on this one.
Yeah, this one will be bloody as all hell. This is going to be one of those famous AEW women's matches.
I think Tony's...
people clutch their pearls over.
I'm looking forward to it. I think Tony's going to retain. I hope Tony retains. This is good. Yeah, it's going to be good.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I feel like Tony moving on to other challenges like Chris Statlander, Willow. Oh God, who's Jamie Hayter? That's the one I'm trying to think of. Yeah, like all of those matches are coming up. And they're going to be over the women's championship in their dream matches.
Megan Bain has signed.
Megan Bain as well. Yes, good. Absolutely. Yeah, she is a beast.
Yeah,
I'm very much enjoying her presence right now.
Yeah. So what else? I mean, I want to touch on MJF and Hangman. Could have a match.
Oh yeah, probably my most anticipated. I feel like this is the start of something special.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it's not even so much as the match itself. It's the storyline going into this. It's all about the storyline with this one. Mm-hmm. And to be honest, MJF. To be honest as well, MJF always has a cracking match.
Oh, absolutely.
You forget how good a wrestler MJF is.
He over-delivers every single time.
The storylines going into his matches are always fantastic. Yeah. And then when the matches come, he backs it up. I mean, and you don't, and he doesn't have to do a lot.
No,
he really doesn't. And then when he does do something crazy, it's so good.
It's such a standout.
And Hangman is good.
People have just judged him so harshly over the whole Adam Cole thing, and the recent.
But that was great. That Adam Cole thing was great.
Yeah, it was great when it was happening.
When it was happening. Before. Yeah. Well, until Adam Cole got injured.
Yeah, and they stuck with it, and they maybe should have. If there's one thing that MJF needs to learn, it's how to kill his darlings. Not every single one of his ideas needs to be seen through.
I think they could have scrapped it and they should have just made someone else the devil.
Not everything else has to go all the way throughout to fruition.
They could have They could have made anyone the devil when they paid off. But I'm very much looking forward. That's probably what I'm looking forward to the most. I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Out of it.
I mean, Konosuke Shikesta. Oh my God, it's going to be tripping me over.
Takeshita or Cassidy is going to fight Omega. I think it's going to be Takeshita, in my opinion.
Absolutely, it's not going to be Orange Cassidy. I'd love to see Cassidy.
I would love to see Omega win the title.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think he actually will, because I think they've realised that they need him with with a belt, with something prestigious around his waist. Because let's face it. Kenny Omega, since he's come back, his segments on television have been doing gangbusters.
Yeah, and to be honest, Takeshita has had it a while. Because they can always do it if they want to put it back on Takeshita further down. They can.
And unlike Daniel Garcia, Takeshita has actually been doing things with the belt.
It's good. So I'm looking forward to that. Mm-hmm. We've also got Mercedes Moné is fighting Momo
Watanabe.
Don't know who she is.
Mm-hmm. She was in the crowd for
Grand Slam. I think she won a tournament on the New Japan's version of Forbidden Door.
Yeah, so the Wrestle Dynasty show, which I actually saw that match. That was really good.
She wins Summit, so she could challenge any champion, and she challenges the TBS champion rather than a world champion. So I mean, it's Jey Uso all over again, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, let's face it. But I mean,
to be honest, if she's a good wrestler, should be a good match.
This to me feels like it's one of Mercedes Moné's. One of her dream matches, one of the things that she's basically put into a contract with AEW is, I really like this person and this person and this person. I want to have matches with all of them.
Yeah, be good. And then we've got the only other one really to talk about is Will Ospreay and Fletcher in a cage match.
Yeah, that is going to be. Yeah, I've not seen Will Ospreay in a cage actually. I don't think.
No,
I don't think I've ever seen him in a cage match.
These two are great.
Yeah,
it could steal the show.
Yeah,
easily.
Absolutely.
Very easily could steal the show, so I'm just looking forward. To be honest, I'm just looking forward to this show, top to bottom. Really, everything I'm looking forward to. I don't think there's going to be a dud on there. I mean, I might be disappointed with Moxley Cope, and
maybe.
And the Mercedes match might be a bit because I don't know who the other girl is. But if Mercedes shows up like she did on Grand Slam, and the other girl is as good as the other Joshi wrestlers that we've seen.
I mean, remember, this is how the world got introduced to Stephanie Valcour.
Oh yeah, exactly.
The American, the Western world. Everyone knew she was in Mexico.
And to be honest, most of the top Joshi wrestlers I know are all good.
Yeah,
they're
absolutely,
all good.
Yeah.
So
they definitely massively add to the match quality in.
So if they've literally picked the number one independent one, then I mean, speaking of Joshi, I do miss. Where's what's her name? What's the AEW? Where's Shida? Miss Shida.
I think Shida's been about, actually. I just don't think she's quite got the space on the card that she used to because, let's face it, AEW's roster has stacked itself up quite considerably.
But Shida's great.
Shida's fantastic.
Yeah, I miss Shida.
I just feel like she's done everything you can do in AEW.
Yeah,
she was a 3-time champion, wasn't she?
Yeah, I suppose. But I mean, I miss Shida, to be honest. I think she's great.
I think that's absolutely valid. However, I do feel like this is another one of them AEW's pay-per-views that shows that Revolution actually has the better shot of being AEW's WrestleMania rather than Double or Nothing, which has been hobbled by the presence of the fact that they try to do it in Vegas every single year.
I don't think it's in Vegas this time.
No, it's in Phoenix this time.
So it might be
different.
So
that is...
But Revolution is normally their best show of the year.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. It's been like that 3 or 4 times.
Apart from the All-Ins, because we're biased on those.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Revolution is
live is better.
Yeah, Revolution is normally the best shows. Well, I'm expecting that to be great. And to be honest, we will probably watch that a day or two before the next show. The next Lobcast.
Yeah, so I'm planning on watching that Sunday morning that it happens.
Yeah, I'll be literally watching that Sunday morning so it don't get ruined.
Yeah,
because if I wake up and turn my phone on and see Jon Moxley still the champion, then it will ruin my day.
Hang on. When is it? It's March 9th,
which is a Saturday. No, it's a
Sunday.
It's a
Sunday. So we've got to watch it on the Monday.
So I'll be watching it. That's all right. I'll watch it on the Monday.
Because usually, if it takes place in the afternoon, if I have to watch it on weekdays, I'll watch like an hour and a half on the Monday and then an hour and a half on the Tuesday.
I'll have to watch it when I get. Because the thing is, not only have I got to wait for me to get into work from work, I've got to wait for Nest to get in from work to watch that one.
Oh yeah, no.
But that would, I'm looking forward to this show. I've still got to buy it actually. I'll buy
do you need to buy it? Yeah, they're actually doing a deal on Triller right now. They're going
for the two of them. Yeah. I normally do that.
I didn't even realise that they were still doing Dynasty because I thought that because New Japan did a Wrestle Dynasty that they weren't going to do.
Well, considering they advertised the date for Double or Nothing, I thought, Double or Nothing's next. And when I went on the thing and it was like, it's Dynasty, I was like, oh.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
So, and apparently if you buy it, you'll get last year's Revolution free.
Oh, okay,
that's cool. If you buy it now, which is pointless to me because I've already bought it, but...
Yeah.
You know. Well, let's talk about Elimination Chamber then.
Yeah, Elimination Chamber.
Because that Revolution show will be fresh in our minds when we do the next Lobcast.
Absolutely, and so this will be probably not.
And but mind you, we'll still be able to talk about the Chamber because there's only 4 matches on it.
Hang on. What am I seeing here? Because I did not realise that The Rock was actually going to be in the Elimination Chamber match. Is that accurate? Is that just something that slipped into Wikipedia? I didn't think he was actually going to be in the chamber match itself.
No, he's doing a thing with Cody Rhodes, isn't he? No, that's a misprint. There's not 7 people in the chamber match.
There's 8 people. Not 8 people. Sorry, John Cena, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, Logan Paul, Damian Priest.
There's 7 there. There's
7, yeah.
They've just tagged The Rock on.
Yeah.
No, The Rock's not in the chamber match.
No, he can't.
So we got Cena, Punk, McIntyre, Logan Paul, Damian Priest, and Seth freaking Rollins.
I mean, if he is going to be in there, we're going to look like a pair of tits.
Wow. But if he is in there, Rock wins lol,
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think The Rock's going to be in the chamber match.
I mean, did you see The Rock on
where's that come
SmackDown?
from? I've not seen that as a report anywhere, so...
No, so Wikipedia, obviously, someone's done an edit to Wikipedia.
I mean, we'll talk about the matches on the card themselves, and then we'll get into Rock business, I suppose, because... he's doing something.
Yeah. So, do you think they continue the whole John Cena thing of John Cena keeps on losing until...
I think so.
Because I keep hearing people, and I think that a lot of people are getting excited about the prospect of finally, after all these years, in his last year with WWE, we're finally going to get the John Cena heel turn. Do you think that's a possibility? Because I think people are chatting bollocks.
Well, no, because I mean, you could have the silliness of Cody Rhodes selling his soul to The Rock, and that's the Cody Rhodes heel turn.
Yeah.
I don't think John Cena's winning this match anyway.
I mean, I think that... Who do you think is then?
CM Punk.
Got to be CM Punk.
Pepsi Phil.
Because that's the thing, is that if... Obviously, when he was negotiating his contract with WWE, when he first joined...
He's got to have had something in there where he gets the main event, surely.
Absolutely. But the thing is that right now, I just don't know what he's got going on. He's going to main event.
I thought it was going to be Punk and Cody Rhodes, and then Cena would do something else. But then The Rock showed up and waffled some nonsense. So I don't know what they're doing, honestly. If The Rock, I mean, SmackDown threw a bag of worms in the air, to be honest. So, but I mean, until then, I thought CM Punk was going to win.
Yeah, I did. I mean, I was still of the opinion that
Cena,
Cena, because I'm still of the I think it's worth a lot to WWE to have John Cena with the belt, travelling and touring.
Mind you, though, to be fair, you didn't watch this week's Raw. Last night's Raw, did you?
I did catch up with a couple of reviews.
We had a segment with Logan Paul and CM Punk.
Yeah.
So could there be an instance where something happens in that chamber that sets up a CM Punk Logan Paul match on Mania?
That is got to be one of my least wanted things I think I've ever wanted.
If I want Logan Paul to fight someone, I want someone athletic.
Yeah,
I want to see a spot fest with Logan Paul. I don't want to see CM Punk Logan Paul.
Yeah, I mean, ideally, if I want to see someone fighting Logan Paul, it's the current MMA champion, whichever person that is. I don't know anything about MMA. I just want to see Logan Paul get the shit kicked.
Yeah, I'd like to see him fight a wood chipper.
Yeah. Yeah, do a dive into one of those. Yeah. So I mean, obviously, let's face it.
And then we've got. Yeah, well, I mean, because of The Rock, I don't really know what else I can say about this match. Because
we'll get onto the road to WrestleMania after we discuss the rest of it.
Well, we've also got the women's chamber match.
Yeah,
Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, Bayley, Naomi, and Roxanne Perez.
So I would absolutely love it if this was won by Roxanne Perez. She has really
Roxanne Perez versus Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely.
You think that would be
right? I think that would be fantastic.
I think it's Liv Morgan herself.
I do understand that's exactly where this is going to go.
Yeah,
I know that, but I'll be honest. The whole Judgment Day thing, the whole Judgment Day thing to me is WWE's Death Riders. It is the thing to skip every single week.
Yeah, but they're not as annoying as the Death Riders, though. They're like mid-card. And they really
they don't
nonsense. It's not like they're pissing all over my main event scene.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose there is that, but I just
it's not great, but it's not wank, is it? Let's be honest.
I'm just not into the high school drama that is Liv Morgan and.
I don't mind seeing Dom get battered every now and again and stuff.
I think he is so one-dimensional, and I think he is so bland and boring. I know that other people are just like, oh wow, he's just a normal kid and he's actually quite good at this, but that for me is the Logan Paul factor. It's like, oh okay, you're astounded by mediocrity because you were hoping for utter shitness.
Well, I think I'm looking forward to this match actually because the story's been good. And you didn't watch Raw, but Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez won the tag team titles. And it was
I did hear that.
It was a very good match. I suggest watching it.
I
enjoyed it. So that's one to. If you're going to look at any more of last night's Raw,
do you know what? I'm getting Roxanne Perez mixed up with somebody.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting her mixed up with them. Oh god, what's her name?
Who are you getting her mixed up with? Are you getting her mixed up with an NXT girl?
Oh no! It is Roxanne Perez that I'm thinking of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think I'm looking forward to that match. I think that's going to be good.
Mm-hmm.
And then another match I'm looking forward to is Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus versus Nia Jax and Candice LeRae.
I mean, that for me is a pure nostalgia fest.
Yeah.
That is all that is.
We love Trish Stratus.
Yeah, we love Trish Stratus. I think that a lot of people are going to think of Tiffany Stratton as the Trish Stratus of this generation. So I understand why they put them two
Tiffany
together.
Stratton is a lot better than Trish Stratus. To be
I mean, in ring-wise, yeah.
And I do like Tiffany Stratton. Yeah. I've been really enjoying this storyline, though.
I just really wish that Tiffany Stratton, on her road to WrestleMania, was getting an opponent that I was a bit more excited and enthused about than Charlotte Flair.
I've been enjoying the Nia Jax Tiffany Stratton story. It's just a shame that this is just a stopgap between Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair because I really don't care about Charlotte Flair. And I sincerely hope Tiffany Stratton wins that match at Mania, but I don't know if it will happen.
The hill that I will die on is that at the Royal Rumble, they booked both of the Royal Rumbles backwards. They should have had the young up-and-comer win the Royal Rumble in the women's match, and they should have had an established talent win it in the men's instead of doing it the other way around. Because I'm sorry, I have been... Like, look at this.
I just don't think they should have had Charlotte Flair. They could literally had anyone else but Charlotte Flair.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because obviously, if they would have done it the other way round, then you wouldn't have had this dynamic in the chamber match with all the storylines going into the women's match.
Yeah. Like the moment in the Royal Rumble that absolutely killed that match stone cold dead for me was when Nia Jax knocked off half of the competitor. Actually, no, almost every single competitor currently in the Royal Rumble match that I was interested in seeing.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Jordan Grace would have been fun to see fight.
Jordan Grace would be
Rhea
fantastic,
Ripley, wouldn't it? But
to fight Rhea Ripley.
But she's gone to NXT.
Yeah.
Just like we'll have to get into, because you predicted old Ricky Starks being on the main roster, and that never happened, did it?
I genuinely believed both Jordan Grace and Ricky Starks would be straight on main roster.
And I told you otherwise. And
I don't understand why. It's not like he's not wrestled in a promotion that has a hard cap.
Ricky Starks hasn't joined NXT. Ricky Saints has joined NXT.
For the love of God.
It's Ricky Saints.
Why? And I predicted that he absolutely would retain his name Ricky Starks, and in fact that's what the whole... You remember, like, it was a leak before Ricky Starks, or Ricky Saints, joined NXT. They trademarked a bunch of different names and everyone was like, oh my God, these names are awful. I really hope that Ricky Starks doesn't have to change his name to one of these.
Yeah.
And he had to end up changing it, yep.
Never mind. And then I mean, that tag match is good. That tag match is going to be good. And then we got Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens.
Which, I mean, that has never disappointed me any time I've seen it.
I've not
40 years it's been happening.
I've not enjoyed the storyline going into this.
Really?
I've not really. To be honest, I watched the match because from what I've seen from their previous matches, they've always been good.
I mean, to me, this is the most compelling thing that's happening on WWE television. You
think so?
I think it's...
I'm not in.
Yeah.
It's personal choice. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just I'm not really interested. To be honest, it's another one of those things where you've obviously watched a lot more of the recent product than I have.
Yeah, so I always make sure that I see the Sami Owens and the Kevin Owens.
Yeah, so a lot of this, you know, apart from the odd old Ring of Honor bit that I've seen.
Yeah.
You know, which I mean, he didn't fight Sami Zayn. He fought, what's his name? El Generico.
El Generico, yes. But El Generico taught Sami Zayn everything.
Yeah, I know, so... So it doesn't translate for me, you see.
No, yeah,
it's just because you know, El Generico died.
Yeah, and I don't think you ever watched Black and Gold NXT, did you?
No, I did not.
No, yeah, see, that was something of a hallowed
That's what I mean. So a lot of the history of this match is wasted on me. So this is why I need to, like, I think maybe at some point on this is I might have to get you to suggest some matches for me to watch. Oh,
absolutely, I can do that.
Maybe a match at every Lobcast. You can suggest a match for me to go and watch that I may have missed.
That would be good. Oh, Match Club.
Yeah, because I've missed a lot of. Well, let's get into the ramble now because we're done with this. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah,
it's only taken us 50 minutes.
That's all right. Well, we might have to do some Fergie time, but okay. But but I mean, because I've missed a lot of the recent years of the product, I think it might be good for you to suggest a match to me.
Oh, absolutely.
And then maybe I could suggest a match from my 40 years of experience. Maybe I could suggest some really old shit for you.
Oh, yeah, no, there's I never really ended up watching as much of ECW as I wanted to see.
Yeah, but none of that's on Netflix, so that's the only problem.
It's not on Netflix, but there's other places.
I suppose you could find it.
That.
Yeah, I suppose you could find it. Yeah, I suppose. I'd rather suggest something that's easy to accessible. So,
absolutely.
Our two listeners can maybe watch the same matches.
I watched them. I started watching during the Ruthless Aggression era, so you probably was watching.
So I could name a lot of Attitude shit for you to watch.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, no, that would be what it is then, yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, I would definitely.
Well, is there anything offhand is there anything offhand a match that you would suggest that I watch before the next?
Oh, I definitely think that you should watch the first time that Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens fight over the NXT World Title.
And what show was that on?
Right.
Was that's a takeover?
It is a takeover, yes. But the thing is that I'm going to have to figure out which takeover it was because I am terrible.
If you can be bothered to remember, put the match in the comment. Put the match in the comments or the
absolutely,
and then we can tell you. So okay. So if you tell me what match that is, and I'll watch that because it should be on Netflix. I would have thought. So let me think of an Attitude Era match for you to watch.
I'm thinking that you're gonna recommend to me something like.
Do you want something good or do you want something wank though?
I was just about to say. Now I'm thinking that you're gonna recommend to me some Rock, some Mick Foley, some Stone Cold, and it's gonna end up being
like Naked Midian or something.
Naked Midian versus Al Snow in his head period. Yeah.
Oh, let me think of something because you've seen all the Manias and all the Summerslams and things like that. So let me think of something. Completely batshit.
Completely up the wall.
Yeah, because you've seen like WrestleMania 2000, I'm presuming.
Oh yeah.
Because I was going to suggest the clusterfuck of a hardcore match from that one. That was a good one.
Yeah. For a second, I thought you was going to recommend to me the main event where it was the 4-way. A McMahon in every corner.
Oh, here's one for you because it's only recently come onto Netflix. Armageddon 2000. 6-man Hell in a Cell.
Do you know what?
Have you seen that one?
I might have actually seen that one because that was the one with Rikishi.
Yes.
He gets pushed off the top.
Yes.
Yeah, it's one of the few that I've actually seen that isn't a WrestleMania or a SummerSlam. But you know what? Sod it. I'll watch that one again because I have got such fond memories of that
actually,
time.
no, I will recommend one for you. It's not a great match. It's just a good ECW type match in WWE. I think it was Backlash 2000.
Oh, okay.
Raven versus Rhino in a hardcore match. I'm pretty sure that's Backlash 2000.
Right.
Shall I Google? Do you want to check that?
Yeah, okay.
Backlash 2000, Raven versus Rhino.
I might have to end up editing this out because I don't know how the keyboard's going to play on the microphone.
No, you don't edit. You don't do no edits. I'll just waffle while you scroll.
Backlash 2000
through the questionable tabs on your PC. Is it on that one? I'm pretty sure it was. Or is it not? Or is it another show? Because I recently watched it.
It's got to be another show. Right, we'll just put in...
It's not on there.
Raven versus Rhino.
Raven versus Rhino, WWE. It must be. It must be. I know it was around that time. Hardcore match. That's an ECW. When is that? Backlash. 2001. Sorry, 2001, the year was wrong year. Yeah. It's back 2000, not 2000. Backlash 2001.
See, this is the kind of thing because I am useless at remembering stuff like this.
There you go.
It was what made me flunk out of history was remembering exact dates.
Backlash 2001. Rhino versus
Rhino defeated Raven. Hardcore
it's
match.
8-minute match.
8 minutes match. Yeah.
8-minute match.
Nice
so it's easy to digest.
Yeah.
That's good fun. That's a good fun. That's one that you probably haven't watched.
Now that we've just established Googling is a thing, I will put in.
See, what I think next time for the next show, we can have our matches prepared before we come.
Yeah. That's exactly what I'm thinking.
You can have your match prepared.
So we've got NXT rival. Look away just in case because I don't think you know the.
I don't know the result. So.
Yeah.
Although you just looked at the result for Raven versus Rhino.
Well, yeah, but that's. I would say that you'd be way more invested in who actually wins this match.
Okay, right. So is this the show then? Yeah.
Yeah, this is the show.
NXT TakeOver Rival.
Yeah.
What year was that?
2015.
2015. Right, there you go, people. NXT TakeOver Rival 2015. Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens.
And Backlash 2001. Raven versus Rhino.
Yeah, there we go. Mm-hmm. That's our recommended. I'm not saying that my match is great. It's just good fun. If you liked ECW, I want to see ECW in WWE. It was a good match.
And I'm not saying that my match is technically great either,
to be fair, I could have picked a lot more better matches from the Attitude Era. But to be fair, I could have suggested Rob Van Dam versus Jeff Hardy at Invasion or something.
Absolutely,
you've probably seen that.
You've
probably seen, and all the top stuff. You've probably seen most of it. So that's one you haven't seen. Yeah. So I'll come up with something better in the next 2 weeks.
Have a think, yeah.
Because there's a lot of like older things like a bit like Summerslam '92 was SummerSlam '92. Bret versus Mr. Perfect. Have you seen that? Have you not seen that one? Scrap the Rhino match.
Oh, okay.
Have you not seen Bret Hart versus Mr. Perfect?
I mean, that's very I am a tiny child at this point.
Okay, Bret Hart, Mr. Perfect, SummerSlam 92. That's not the Wembley. That's the year
No, that's
after
not the
Wembley.
Wembley. Yeah.
SummerSlam 92. Bret Hart, Mr. Perfect. That's your match to watch.
Right,
you got 2 matches to watch. There you go. You got an Attitude Era.
Well, one of them's 8 minutes, and the other one's
One's 8 minutes nonsense, and the other one is a wrestling match.
I will definitely. I will definitely have a look at that.
There you go. That's my pick for you. If you're going to watch one of the 2 matches I've suggested, SummerSlam 92, because that's wrestling.
Do we want to finish this off by talking about what the
American
fuck the
football
Rock?
again?
No, what the fuck the Rock was talking about on SmackDown?
Yeah, let's talk about the complete wankery that dude was saying.
Do you know what? Right,
and I've used both my words in the same sentence.
For about that was a 20-minute segment, and I would say for about 18 minutes, I was actually picking up what they were putting down. I was apparently The Rock went from babyface to heel to babyface to heel to babyface to heel.
More than Big Show did in his entire career.
More than Big Show did in his entire career.
Yeah.
However, oh Christ, the beer is repeating on me. What I thought was going on in that match was that he was trying to be nice to the crowd, and then something would happen that would annoy him, and his true colours came out. So he's trying to show you that he's a good guy, that he's changed, that he's got everybody's best interests at heart, and then something that happened would put him off his balance, and he'd revert back to being the selfish arsehole.
The thing is, to be honest, I don't know if it seemed to me like that long. I enjoyed The Rock talking. So, I weren't bothered, but I remember after the segment finished, and then I thought, so what the fuck was the point in that then?
Yeah.
What was that for? Because I don't really understand what The Rock wanted from Cody.
But like I said, I was in that. I was in it for about 99.9% of the time. And then he touches the side of Cody's face and he says, "I want your soul."
Yeah, and then you're just like, what are you talking about?
And immediately I'm like, oh, they didn't actually have a fucking clue what was going on here at all, did they?
It's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. If I was The Rock at that moment and I wanted to do a power play, you know what I would have done?
Just rock bomb him.
I'd have popped my thumb in Cody's mouth.
But just gently
stroked his lips with his thumb.
Yeah.
What's he going to do? What's he going to... You're the chairman of the board. You can do what you like.
I could just imagine it. Just Rock just caressing Cody's mouth. Just... That's something Foodie would have done, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Shout out to Foodie again.
Yeah. Shout out to Foodie, yeah. Always giving me the funny little handshakes. Yeah. I thought he genuinely thought I was a Mason.
You thought he was a Mason?
Yeah.
Because he gave you the funny... No, he just does that to make you uncomfortable. Yeah. Oh, dear.
Anyway, people,
what are we doing for time? Are we done for time? Are we in Fergie time?
I think we're in Fergie time, yeah.
Are we in Fergie time?
Have to be. We have to be well over... Well, no, we're only 2 minutes into an hour.
We're good.
Yeah.
We're good. We can call it there, or we can rant about something briefly.
I thought we just did.
Well, to be honest, we just said that segment was shit.
Yeah. And it kind of goes to show you that, WWE is always going to be WWE, and that the good times that have come from Vince McMahon no longer being involved in the company, there was a honeymoon period there. I think that honeymoon period is over. I get the feeling that The Rock is now going to be something of a McMahon figure within WWE until people get rid of him, which him being The Rock, I think that's going to be extremely difficult to do unless he gets caught in the same sort of scandal that Vince McMahon got caught in.
Yeah.
Which I can see that not happening because I don't think he's interested in that sort of stuff.
Yeah, just fuck off, Rock. Just stick with the you know what? I don't mind The Rock, but just have a plan. If you're going to come back and do something, figure it the fuck out.
Don't just think to yourself, right, okay, I can't do WrestleMania this year because I've got reshoots to do with Moana because I finally want to have a vehicle to myself that's $1 billion project that has me in it and not just my voice, or isn't owned by Vin Diesel, who for some reason I hate. But yeah, it's just... It disappoints me because they were on such a good run, and it feels like this, the moment when it should all be coming together, to the most expensive WrestleMania that there's ever been. Like, the most expensive tickets to a wrestling match of all time, and it seems to be falling apart.
Oh, I don't know. Just fuck off and let CM Punk have his main event, for fuck's sake. He might fucking chill out after that if you do that, let's be honest.
I mean, according to the reports, he already has, but I reckon he's bubbling under the surface.
I don't know. He's getting sooned by Nick Nemeth now.
Oh, good lord.
Fucking good old Nick. Not Nick. Ryan Nemeth.
Yeah, Ryan.
The other one.
Yeah. I was going to say, yeah.
Not Nick, not Dolph.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, because Nick Nemeth had a bit of a stand-up career, but
no,
if
Ryan
he'd done
Nemeth,
that, yeah.
Ryan Nemeth is suing him.
That would have been the funniest thing that he ever did.
Yeah, fucking Pepsi Phil, Rock. Fucking...
I mean, he took the main event away from him once for that once in a lifetime thing that turned into twice in a lifetime. And good lord,
I don't know. Well, should we call it there?
Yeah, I think we petered out a bit, so I think that's a good shot. Yep.
So we're going to look forward to the pay-per-views coming up.
Yeah,
watch those matches we've suggested to you
because we will be talking about them later.
And then if they're wank.
Or if they're not wank.
Just write wank or not wank in the comments.
YouTube algorithm's going to love that.
Wank or tank?
Wank or tank.
Was it a tank time?
Was it a tank time?
I don't know. Does that make sense? It don't make fucking sense.
That don't make any sense. We haven't made sense for the last hour.
When I'm talking shit, Lee, just tell me to shut the fuck up. Honestly.
No edits, Dave. No edits. Well, right. That's it from me. That's it from Dave.
This has been Lobcast Wrestling.
Absolutely. And who knows, by next week we might have written a sign-off.
Yeah, we'll see you in a fortnight rather than a by-night thing.
I'm going to stop the recording
there
out
bye.
of mercy.
Yeah, fuck off.